What's up guys, and welcome back to another awesome video. I'm Krish, and in my today's video I will show you how to solve this mirror cube in 4 easy steps. So on this channel I post videos on solving different types of cubes. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So let's start with today's video. So before we begin solving the cube, I want to tell you guys the similarities between a regular Rubik's cube and in this mirror cube. Now, they both have same center pieces, 4 edge pieces and 4 corner pieces, and they both have 6 sides in it. The difference is that the Rubik's cube have colors in it and the mirror cube don't, and the mirror cube have different pieces and the Rubik's cube don't have different pieces. So we have to do the same thing for the mirror cube you do for the Rubik's cube. So if you know how to solve a regular Rubik's cube, this cube is going to be very easy. But if you don't know how to solve a regular Rubik's cube, check my other videos to learn how to solve the regular Rubik's cube. So now we are ready. Let's start with the video. Step 1 is to have a cross on the longest side. Now on a regular Rubik's cube you'll have a white cross, but on this cube you'll have the cross on the longest side. First thing is to find longest centerpiece. Now when you look around the cube, the centerpiece that is coming out the most will be the longest one. I think this is or this is. Now to find out that this piece is the longest one, bring an edge piece. Now here is an edge piece. Now they are not flush, and this is taller, so this is not the tallest side. When you move it around, now they are flushed, so this is the tallest side because this piece is flushed, and if you move any other piece they will be also flushed or shortened. Now the next thing is to have 4 edge pieces around the tallest center piece. Now as you can see, I already have one. Now to find another one, look around the cube and see if the tallest edge pieces. Now this is the tallest one, so when you move it at the top they will be flushed, as you can see. One more. Now this is also tall, so move it at the top and they will be flushed. Now there is no edge piece that is tall on this side. There is one on this side. This is short, so this will not work. This is the longest one, so to look if it is the longest one, move it at the top. Now this piece is at the bottom, as you can see, so move the top layer until there is a space without the edge piece and move it at the top, and you will have a cross. Now the next thing is to match this edge piece with the same center piece. Now this is not together. Now they all will be mixed up, as you can see. So to know what we have to bring where, put the longest side on the bottom and bring the shortest on the top, and on the left side you will have a bigger piece and on the right side you will have the shorter piece. Now to do that, let's bring this piece first over here. So move it twice so it is at the bottom, then move it where it needs to go, over here, and then when you move it twice up, there it will be where it needs to go. Now this piece is at the bottom and this piece should be go over here, so move it where it needs to go and move it twice. One more piece, move it where it needs to go. When you move it twice, they will be matched, and you will have a cross at the top layer, and you will think that the centers are not matching, but when you move it once or twice, they all will be matched. Step 2 is F2L. Now F2L means first 2 layers. Now move the cube around and we'll solve for all of this corner pieces and this edge pieces. Now first thing is to solve the corner pieces. The easiest way to solve the corner pieces is to look at the top layer and find a corner piece that is the tallest, and then to find where it needs to go, you have to look at the bottom one and move it twice and see if it fits. Now in this case it doesn't, and let's move it twice from here. Now this does. So the thing you have to do, move it where it needs to go, then do the left algorithm. The left algorithm is L counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, L clockwise, and up clockwise. Do it until the pace is solved. L U L clockwise, up clockwise, L U L U, and the pace is solved. You have to do the same thing for all other paces. Now there's corner pace. Find where it needs to go. I think this pace is the biggest one, so it needs to be fitted over here. To see that, move it and they will be flushed from both sides, so it needs to go over there. Do the same thing. Now it is on the right side, so you will do the right algorithm. Now the right algorithm is R clockwise, up clockwise, R counterclockwise, up counterclockwise. Do it until the pace is solved. R U R counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, R U R U R U R U R U R U, and the pace is solved. Now there are two more pieces. One is over here. Now this pace, I think it needs to go over here because this is the small pace and this is the biggest pace. To confirm that, move it down. Now they are flushed. Move it back, and then to do the move again right side, so do the right move. R clockwise, up clockwise, R counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, R U R U R U R U R U R U R U R U. The pace is solved. One more pace. Now always the corner pieces will be on the top layer, because these pieces are the edge pieces, so they cannot be here. Sometimes they are here, so when you solve for the pace that needs to go somewhere, the other piece will automatically come at the top. So this is the last one. Confirm that, flushed. Do the move left side, so do the left move. L U L U L U L U L U L U L U L U L U L U, and the piece is solved. Now there were only two algorithms to solve this, and you'll have the bottom side and the first layer will be solved. The next thing is to match this center piece with the same piece at the top. Now this is not matching or flushed. Move the top layer until a piece is flushed. Now there is no piece that is flushed here. Move on the other side and see if a piece comes. No. Now there is a piece that is flushed. Now you have to see if this piece goes over here or over here. This is the smallest side and this is the biggest side. So this piece needs to go over here. Now it needs to go on the right side, so the algorithm you have to do is U clockwise, R clockwise, U clockwise, R counterclockwise. Then move these bottom two layers clockwise. To confirm that they both pieces will be flushed. Then do L counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, and L clockwise, and the piece is solved. Move on the other side and see if any edge piece comes. No, none over here. Now here there is an edge piece and it needs to go over here. So now in this case it needs to go on the left side, so you'll do the right algorithm. The algorithm for this is U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, L clockwise. Then move this to bottom layers clockwise, and then they will be flushed. And then do R clockwise, up clockwise, and R counterclockwise. The piece is solved. One more edge piece. Let's look at this one and see where it flushed. Over here. Now this is the big one, so it needs to fit over here. Confirming it. left side, so do the right algorithm. U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, L clockwise. Move the bottom two layers clockwise, they are flushed. Do R clockwise, up clockwise, and R counterclockwise. The piece is solved. Now the last piece, this piece is flushed with this one, as you can see, and it needs to go over here. Conforming it flushed, left side, so do the right algorithm. U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, L clockwise. Move the bottom two layers clockwise, R clockwise, up clockwise, and R counterclockwise. You will have the second layer also solved. Step 3 is to have a cross on the top layer. Now there will be only 3 cases. You will have a center piece, a bar, or an L. Now in my case there is a center piece, so the algorithm you have to do is, you can start from any side and do F clockwise, up clockwise, R clockwise, up counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, and F counterclockwise, and you will have a bar. Place it vertically and do the same algorithm. Do F clockwise, up clockwise, R clockwise, up counterclockwise, R counterclockwise, and F counterclockwise, and you will have a L. Now place the L where it's on the 9 and 12 direction, and then do the move again. F, U, R, U counterclockwise, L, R counterclockwise, and F counterclockwise. And you'll have a cross. The next thing is to have the cross oriented correctly. Now the thing you have to do is moving the top layer and see 2 pieces that are flushed with the center pieces. Now there is none. Move the top layer. There is one over here, none other, so move the top layer again and see. Now these 2 pieces are flushed. Put them on the left side and on the opposite side of you, and then you have to do this algorithm. R clockwise, up twice clockwise, R counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, R clockwise, up counterclockwise, and R counterclockwise, and you will have the cross flushed with the centers. Step 4 is to solve the rest of the cube. Now there are only 4 corner pieces left to solve. The next thing is to have it correctly oriented where it needs to go. Now move the cube and see if a piece is correctly oriented. Now in my case I don't think there is one, so you can start from any side, but if you have a correct piece oriented, bring it on the right side. Now the algorithm you have to do is L counterclockwise, up clockwise, R clockwise, up counterclockwise, then L clockwise, up clockwise, R counterclockwise, and up counterclockwise. You will still have the cross. These pieces will be moved. Now see if any piece is solved correctly. I think this is, so put it on the right side and then do the algorithm again. Do L counterclockwise, up clockwise, R clockwise, up counterclockwise, L clockwise, up clockwise, R counterclockwise, and up counterclockwise, and you will have the pieces solved. But in my case they are not solved, so do the algorithm one more time. Do L U R U, L U R U. Now the pieces are on the correct location. Now the thing you have to do is, don't move the top layer, move the cube around and bring the unsolved piece on the right side. Now as you can see, these 2 are over here, so it is easier to solve these 3 together. the next thing is very simple. You have to do RD. What I mean is that do R counterclockwise, down counterclockwise, R clockwise, and down clockwise. Do it until this space is solved. R D R D R D R D R D R D. Now as you can see, this piece is solved, but the cube is mixed. So instead of moving the whole cube around solving for this piece, move the top layer and bring the piece you need to solve on the right front side, and then do the move again. R D R D R D R D R D R D R D R D. The piece is solved. One more piece. R D R D R D R D R D R D R D R D. Now when you move the top layer twice, the cube will be solved. As you can see, it was very simple to solve this cube. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I want you guys to learn more about the cube. So if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing. And if you find this video useful, please give it a like and comment down below what you like to see in my upcoming video. So thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next one.